Hey there. Hi there. Welcome back. This is Cusp of Beauty Tarot, and I just wanted to come back with some more readings for you for top of the year, even though we're not quite top of the year. This is mid-January. Whenever you are watching it is perfect. I am going to be focusing probably solely on cusp readings versus trying to fit in straight signs. If you're a straight sign as your main sun sign or moon sign, Venus, I would say follow other readings and combine with your cusp reading. Or, use the theory that if you're drawn to a certain reading, or you like a reading, or you like a reader, that maybe there's a message, in there for you. So I'm going to begin with a relationship reading for Pisces-Aries. And we're going to start with some oracles. Let's see what's going on, Pisces-Aries. Who's here in the room? Come join, say something. One oracle for you, Pisces-Aries, is healer. So for some of you, you're going to be using this period of time to really tap into your innate talent to not only heal others and tune into others, but to tune more into yourself. So consider that, Pisces-Aries, that you can create a deeper intention to tap into your healing skills and do more with your healing abilities. So what else? This is really like a bad place for me to do readings. I'm sorry to situate myself. Pisces-Aries, regret. So some of you might be holding regret, but also need to kind of affirm yourself that you cannot change the past of things that have gone down. There's no sense in holding on regret or angst from the past. It only muddies up your energy for the future. So if that's something you resonate with, keep that in mind. And then the third one is blessed. So, maybe tapping into a knowing that, you do have a lot to be grateful for in your life. And, I'm not here to tell you to be grateful or to kind of advise you on that. But if the oracle's saying blessed, it's definitely the universe is trying to give you a don't have things that have happened in the past, Pisces-Aries. So let's see what's going on with you and the person that you're thinking about. Pisces-Aries, what's going on with the person you're thinking about? Recent past, the Queen of Swords, moving into the present energy, the Hermit. What's on their mind is justice. So, somebody definitely was trying to manage their emotions. I feel like somebody was trying to manage their emotions that maybe in the past something got a bit off kilter and caused one or both of you to step back, cut back, create distance, try to manage your emotions by cutting away things that were hurtful, things that, didn't feel good in the relationship. Maybe even one or both of you distanced yourself from the other to take a beat and self-reflect. Now, interestingly, with one of your oracles being healer, and tapping into those, talents for you, and the current energy being the Hermit, that's very much in line with the fact that for many of you, this is resonating with. You have an innate ability that, either you're tapping into or could even tap more into to heal yourself through whatever it is you're dealing with, and to really tap into your higher wisdom on this situation. I don't know, but for some of you, this is the other person. I'm just getting a feeling the way these cards are laid up and looking at each other that for some of you, the person that you're dealing with took on the energy of the Queen of Swords, and it might have made you distance yourself to be healthier from this. Current energy is the Justice, so maybe you're just trying to reconcile, you know, what's the best path here. Something was not right. Something wasn't fair. So what's the best, you know, path for both of you? But it's very much on the person's mind that you're dealing with, that they really want things just to be fair and right and equitable as well. They might have felt a little bit done to, that maybe something was unfair for them. I'm going to just clarify this. They want stability. This has come up maybe like the third time in a few readings. They want stability and harmony and justice. So there's a little bit of vengeance there. Your person might have had not an evil feeling. I don't feel like they did anything out of spite. I think whatever they did and reacted to might have just been in their own mind out of preservation. And I just am going with what I'm feeling. So I don't know if that's going to resonate for anybody who's watching this, but something that went down for your person, Pisces-Aries, may have felt really unsettling for them, might have felt like they were done wrong. And out of their own preservation of managing this, they may have had to step back. Currently, it's caused you to be more introspective, wise about this. They see you as the Nine of Wands. They see you as hanging in there. They don't see you as leaving the scene. They see you as maybe taking your punches a little bit, but you're hanging in there. So even if there's an element of the Hermit, they see that as you're having endurance. You know, you're definitely having endurance in this situation. And in the Nine of Wands, the warrior is still holding his wand. And I just got the wand to clarify that. So they still see you as a passionate, you know, player here in this situation, for sure. What they feel in their heart, interestingly, is the Three of Swords and the Sun. That's a really, really bizarre combination. But as much as they might have been hurt, and I just said that my gut feeling on the Queen of Swords was they were the Queen of Swords, even though that was a joint card for the two of you, I felt like this person was embodying the Queen of Swords. I feel like now that it was because they got hurt on something that happened with the two of you, Pisces-Aries, and in order to lighten up and heal their situation, because they felt hurt, you know, they might have cut something out, cut you out, separated themselves. They just want stability. They still see you as a source of passion. They see you as tenacious, as hanging in there, and as attractive. The way they see the two of you moving together is they might want some communication. They might be up for some communication. And the ability to build something together, Three of Pentacles. So it could be starting lightly. It could be starting innocently. With that Sun card, it could just be starting like, how do we make a connection? Is it, you know, some quick texts? Is it something not too heavy? Something that would bring you to your day-to-day, like, you know, if you were the one to reach out to me, this would translate to, even though you might be feeling more deeply about it, the communication would translate to something like, so I heard your mother just came for a visit. How did that go? I heard you had, you know, I knew you had a big presentation this month. How did it go? So you're checking in on the day-to-day, on the updates of the mundane and of the practical, but also that the two of you might see a way to kind of reconnect over the day-to-day. How do you rebuild something? If there's a rebuilding to do here, if there's a stabilizing and moving forward and rebuilding, how do you do that over something easy and day-to-day? That's what I'm seeing. What you don't see is they still have the potential to be overthinking this and to be really affected by that Three of Swords, whatever it is that hurt the situation for them or hurt them personally. What you don't see is they've been pretty wounded by it, and it's a real sensitive point for them. And yeah, 5 of Cups. They felt, excuse me, they definitely did see a loss over this. They may not be fully recognizing of the 2 of Cups, which is that bond and all that potential that still exists in a 5 of Cups. Basically, the more everyday way that I could say this is they're still in their shit. The person is in their shit over this. They are, I don't know that they're in a black night, the dark night of the soul thing over it, but they're definitely maybe having a little bit of hard time getting out of their own way. They want to. If it's going to happen with the 2 of you, I think they would be more inclined if it was kept light and nothing heavy. And the advice for you is King of Wands. So the advice for you is to tap into that positive energy, that inspirational, good communication energy, secure and confident. If you came at this from the standpoint of revisiting the past, you know, trying to even talk through regret, you know, that kind of thing, it's a rise above and come at this from a higher, more confident place. I feel like that's what the advice is. What else can we tell you on the King of Wands? It's an 8 of Cups, King of Wands advice. So to me, it's advice to move away from something that's not serving you emotionally, or a way of being that doesn't serve you emotionally. So if what you did in the past, or a way you tend to approach things in the past, didn't work for you, Pisces-Aries, this is kind of an affirmation to me to don't go about things the same way that maybe you did in the past. That's not going to work. That you need to abandon an old way of doing something and tap into your more mature and more confident way of approaching this. And if you're not feeling that mature and that in control and that confident, almost imagine what that would be like, and kind of ask yourself, if I were feeling more in control and more trusting around this, how would I be? Because you do have the Hermit influencing you, which is your wise self. Maybe you could even ask yourself, if I was trying to advise a friend who's wrestling with whatever situation this is, how would you advise a friend? That's what I'm thinking about. So how would you advise a friend on this one? Potential outcome, Pisces-Aries, is the Wheel of Fortune. So better things coming, change happening, better things coming for you as it relates to this particular person, situation, or you know, love scenario, partnership, whatever it is. So don't be surprised. They might have stepped back because they're harboring some hurt. It's not your job to be, you know, woefully regretting anything. That doesn't bring good energy. So watch the feeling of regret. That doesn't serve you. Definitely tap into your higher wisdom, tap to your ability to heal yourself, and stay focused on the positive, because you obviously have a lot of positive happening for you. We can all kind of feel the heat and the heaviness of a lot of things going on now, but it's a reminder to remind yourself in small ways even to tap into the positive. You can come at things very cleanly in the relationship when you do that. I did not pull you what they would say. No other compares to you, Pisces-Aries. So yeah, your person could definitely be feeling it big time. They look at you as very unique and maybe wonder if, you know, there could ever be another you. That's what I feel. So with that, let's go on to Aries-Taurus. Let's shuffle this for 1 second. And let's pull the oracles for Aries-Taurus. Hello, Aries-Taurus. Welcome back. This is Cusp of Beauty Tarot. I'm telling the readings that I am going to be focused more on cuspers. Well, duh, you're awesome, right? So I am going to not put up straight signs, at least not for a while. For now, I'm going to focus on cusp readings. If you're new, that's what I'm doing here. And what the folks are here for. And welcome. And if you're returning, again, thank you. And I appreciate it. Please give me a thumbs up. Helps the channel, helps reinforce things for me personally, of course, but it helps the channel, and that is always appreciated. So Aries-Taurus, something happened, failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. So you might be feeling like that you might be really heavily scrutinizing yourself about something you did or said, and you're feeling like you could have done better, or that maybe you made a mistake. Feeling like you should, that's a heavy feeling if you're feeling that. Aries-Taurus, that you probably don't deserve feeling that way. Don't put that on yourself. Creativity. Creativity is not a technique or a method. It's an attitude, a quality you bring to daily inspiration flowing through you. It has to do with words, songs, things you can access, tapping into the universe, and that you're now poised to really make that connection to spirit. So, and that's really perfect, because if you're really upset over something that went down and you're feeling like, oh, I could have done this, I could have done that, I must have been a failure to do that, I made a mistake, all of that, by tapping into the infinite source of possibility and your creativity, thinking up new solutions, thinking about what's possible, it'll pull you out of that energy of being so constricted and so self-judgmental, because you definitely don't want to be in that energy. So let me pull one more oracle for you and see what's going on before we hit the reading about your person. Aries-Taurus. What else? Creativity, moving away from failure, and exchanging gifts. So yeah, what are your creative gifts? What do you bring to the table? What does the other person bring to the table? Making sure you're tapping into that in a positive light. Thinking about, this always has a little bit of a piece for me of, is there a worthwhile exchange in this relationship, is the only way I'm going to say it. So for those of you that resonates with, Aries-Taurus, if you're dealing with somebody who you don't think has been giving equitably and fairly to the relationship, then this message for that message is for you too, is to be mindful of equal give and take and reciprocity. And if you're in a relationship where you were more of the giver, or maybe you were more of the taker, often the people watching tarot tend to be more of the givers, but just kind of shows up that way. Just be aware of reciprocity in this relationship, Aries-Taurus. So the past energy for this relationship is the 8 of Wands. The current energy is the 10 of Wands. And what's on the person's mind is the Queen of Cups. So, and they see you as the Fool. They see you as the Fool. I don't think they see you as the Fool because you made a mistake. I think they see you as the Fool because they wonder if you're turning your back a little and starting something new. It's definitely like there's definitely been some water under the bridge in this relationship. Aries-Taurus. In the past, you were very connected. There was a lot of communication. Things may have moved fast for some of you, but some kind of baggage or conflict started to weigh down the situation for the two of you, and it currently might still be in that energy. That said, the person's mindset when they think of you, when they think about this relationship, is Queen of Cups. So they've got a big reserve of love. They've got a well of love. They've got an unconditional approach to this. They see you as, I think they see you as maybe contemplating a decision or a new avenue, embarking on something new. taking the time to reflect and see what way you're going to go. They don't see you going away. This is 9 of Wands. They see you as hanging in there, having tenacity and having the fortitude to hang in here. So I don't think they see you as moving away from them. I think that they're seeing you as, I think they see you as hanging in there, but that you're just kind of being thoughtful about what you want to do. But they see you hanging in there. For those of you this is resonating with, what's in their heart? On their mind is the Queen of Cups. In their heart is the Page of Cups. In this deck, it's the Princess of Cups. So in their heart is that more innocent connection and love and thought about maybe reconciling, having a conversation, connecting romantically, maybe flirting for some of you. This isn't, this is love offerings on some level, whether it's this person or another person. There's somebody in your midst that definitely, and then I also have the Empress clarifying the Page of Cups. So they have something to give. And whether you're seeing it or not, this person might have the ability to create and give. The way they see you moving forward, Aries-Taurus. Wow. The way they see you moving forward is the Ace of Wands. So they see that there's still an igniting passion here, or something worth igniting, or that there was a creative source or creative burst. And Queen of Pentacles. For some of you, this has the makings of a really passionate partnership. Something really creative. And if your person comes across as a real more male energy, they have a soft side in them that maybe you're not seeing. This is male. Gender doesn't matter. I'm just speaking to energies. The way what you don't see is this energy of moving on to calmer waters, less drama, Knight of Pentacles, that there's a practical need by them and probably by you to really disconnect from any drama and any baggage. I feel you are already doing that. For those of you this is resonating with, because they see you in the Fool energy, which is not tied to drama. The Fool is not tied to drama, and they see you in that energy. So what you're not seeing is, I feel that the person is mirroring you in that respect, and they would like to move away from drama too, whether they have or not. They would like to really relate on a more practical basis, not an overly emotional basis, without baggage, and move more into a harmonious, drama-free thing. If they're at all doing that separate from you, that's the reason. If they're trying to come back together with you, that's the way they would come back together, is definitely more even keel. They do see that there's a passion and an attraction between the two of you. Your advice is the King of Cups. So we have a Queen of Cups and a King of Cups. Important connection. On their mind is the Queen of Cups. The advice for you is the King of Cups. So there's definitely something worth tapping into if you're thinking of moving forward with this person. To me, it says you need to kind of think about coming from a place of what would I be thinking, doing, saying if I was coming from a place of love, for whatever that means. What would love do? What would a supportive energy want me to do? And if I were a supportive energy, not grieving on a past grievance, because they do see you as hanging in there on some level, but being kind of refreshed around this. How do I come from a place of positivity on this, and a bit more from a love space, from your heart energy, heart chakra? They're trying to open that up. For them, it translates to the day-to-day. It translates to maybe family, work. But they're trying to kind of connect to the heart space on this. The potential outcome is the Six of Pentacles. So very interesting. Again, for me, it could be reciprocity, making sure there's an equal give and take. And that's where I was with this other exchanging gifts. It's so funny. The wisdom of the oracle on this was exchanging gifts. So clearly, there's a need to kind of look at reciprocity here. That confirmed for me the meaning I was picking up on this is true for you in this reading. So just make sure that you are not overgiving. There's definitely some potential here. I think it's asking you to leave go any baggage, leave go regret or sense of maybe having made any mistakes. You didn't make any mistakes. Whatever happened, happened for a reason. But also, don't make the mistake of going back to overgiving if you were the overgiver. Don't be an overgiver. That's what I'm feeling. And don't recriminate and reprimand and punish yourself for anything that you think you might have done. Come at this from a fresh place. And that's what the reading is helping you do. So Taurus-Gemini, let's see what's going on for you. Taurus-Gemini, welcome back if you are here already in this community, and welcome to Cusp of Beauty Tarot. If you're new, I will be focusing primarily, oh, I forgot your message. I got to go back to Aries-Taurus. What would they say? No other compares to you. And I wish I could take back the things I said. Well, they're having some regret. Maybe they think they failed. But yeah, they feel like they have some regret. Interesting. So let's take this to Taurus-Gemini. Let's move on to Taurus-Gemini. And hit up for you some of your oracle messages first, and then what's going on for you in your relationship, Taurus-Gemini. Sorry, I don't know why I keep forgetting the twin flame messages. Taurus-Gemini, what's going on? Whenever you're watching, this is perfect. The here and now. So if you're ruminating over someone, if you're thinking a lot about the past, that message is coming to you to say it's really important that you dial into just what's in front of you, what's going on now. You don't need to overthink anything at this point, Taurus-Gemini. I know Taurus-Geminis can be overthinkers. I know we all can, but their Gemini minds can really, really go off, and Taurus-Geminis can overthink for sure. So be careful to do things that help keep you in the here and now. And also, faith. Well, that definitely keeps you in the here and now. When you can come to meditate, you can come to pray, you can come to whatever gives you that sustenance in the moment. Faith is always there for us. It's in that tenuous space we enter before making the choice to change. It's what urges us to take that very first step, the hardest of steps to take toward transformation and authenticity. Faith is with you at every turn of the path. So today, and you're wavering and with your fears in your hand, take that leap of faith. Well, that would be interesting if the Fool showed up. So what else? Taurus-Gemini. One more oracle for you, and then we'll read the situation. Taurus-Gemini. Honesty. Interesting. So I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So is this a situation where you need to get real about it? You know, do you need to think about a new move, a new phase that includes being realistic and telling the truth to yourself about the situation? Or do you also need to kind of come forward and be willing to share the truth to this other person? Taurus Gemini, there could be somebody that you're dealing with that feels like they don't have the truth from you. There's a big piece missing. Maybe you're moving fast, talking fast, not really tethering yourself to the here and now, not really being present, getting kind of caught up in the stories, in the narrative. So the past for Taurus Gemini on this situation is the Ace of Swords. The current energy is the Knight of Swords. Wow. And what's on your person's mind, and this keeps coming up, is the Seven of Wands. So your person has a defensive energy. One or both of you has an urge to kind of rush in and get the truth, to be more honest, to have that conversation. In the past, you had good communication. It was pretty clear. There was definitely not as much muddying the water. It seems like, I don't know, maybe that changed. But there's a need to connect again, to communicate, but to communicate truth. And I would say be careful if you tend to kind of rush in and don't watch your communication, which, if that's you, where you don't tend to put enough kind of nice words around your communication and you can be abrupt or blunt, because your person's already a bit on the defensive. So if you're using this tactic in coming forward to trying to reconnect or find out something you don't think you know, get to the heart of the matter, it might not be received as well as you would like it to be. The way that they see you, though, is the Four of Wands, another one that just keeps coming up. They see you as a stable force. They see you as a harmonious force in their life, of someone with potential to bring them stability and harmony. This really, I'm getting really a love vibe off of this. Like a real partnership vibe off of this, Taurus Gemini. Like the person that you're thinking about really sees you as a potential partner. Like, I don't know if it's a live-in partner, it's an engagement, or it's a marriage, or you're already in a marriage, but the person sees you as their home base, as their stability factor, as somebody that can always bring them back to even. They may feel that you're not quite as there for them in the moment as you used to be, because there's something went down and they're defensive about it. That hasn't necessarily changed the way you feel about them, but there's a defensive energy. I just want to clarify that, Taurus Gemini. They might have stepped away to gain some healing and gain some balance. There's a defensive energy with your person. They may have in the past seen you as part of that stability factor, somebody they could really count on for harmony and stability. There's still elements of that there. And in their heart, they want to reconcile. They want to share their feelings. Even if it's on a more light level, they would love to share their feelings. They would love to come together with you. In their heart, they could be connecting with other people. They could be talking with their friends, and they could have been celebrating through the new year and trying to be light about this. I feel it's more about in their heart how they feel about you, because that's the placement on the reading, is to they have a desire to come together on some level. And the way they see moving forward with you is they could see moving forward with you and contributing and being a supporter again of you. They're also concerned about not overgiving. That's a little bit of their defensive-ness and their healing. In the past, they may not have been great with boundaries, and they feel that might have gotten them a little burnt. Any overgiving, that person will be. What you don't see, here we go. What you don't see is the devil. So there is a bit of an unhealthy dynamic. That when your person gets connected to you, they overconnect, they overthink, they may obsess about you. This relationship has that quality for you too. It could be that it's a high attraction, for sure. But it could also be that it has the ability to be a little toxic too. Um, like all or nothing, push and pull, definitely one of those. I'm going to qualify that to the point where it pushed one of you out. It was like, okay, it was enough. That at one point it might have been that separating was what you needed to do or they needed to do to gain equilibrium again. Your advice in this area is Six of Wands. So your advice is to hold your ground. As much as they may be in the mindset of the Seven of Wands, which is holding their ground and being a bit more defensive, the advice is to build on your successes and gains. Taurus Gemini, you're in a good place. You do have a lot of people looking to you. You may have a lot of admirers, but your advice is to not be dragged down, not to be dragged down, to have faith in good things to come. And that I think it's also that sense of honesty and clarity. Your advice is to be clear about what success means for you in a relationship and in life. If you haven't pondered that yet, maybe it's a need. I'm feeling like it's a need to redefine what brings you stability, healthy relationships and healing and good bonds and that sort of thing. What makes you feel victorious in relationship and in life? Reevaluate and see, are you living in alignment with that? Or what could you do to live more in alignment with your power? That's what I'm feeling. This is reading. The outcome might be, at least for now, that it involves moving away from anything that is unhealthy, even if you felt devoted to it in the past. And I know, I'm just the messenger here, but I don't know if it's this person that you came to the reading with on your mind, but I feel like this is your message, not the person you're thinking about, that there may be a need to create space still or again from something if you don't feel that it meets your definition of what's going to make you feel happy, balanced, and successful in love or in life. Also try while you're at it, again, to not perseverate or overthink about the things that bring you down. Try to stay focused on the here and now and on your own healing, and have faith. You don't have to stronghold this. You don't have to push it. But if you're honest with yourself, which was where we started, if you're honest with yourself about what this means to you, what victory means to you, what health and happiness means to you, you can take steps to be more mindful of it and to build it. So I hope that made sense, Taurus. I didn't mean for it to be like a coachy lecture, but I do think that it might be time for a reexamination versus rushing in or doing anything too impulsive. So what would the person say, Taurus Gemini, if they could say something to you? What would they say? I'm sorry, I couldn't do right by you. So the person may be feeling some regret. And the no other compares to you. They obviously felt pretty focused on you as a main interest and as maybe the one above and beyond anyone else. The person kept coming back to you. And I pulled two more. I can't seem to find the right words to say. And I think the longer the two of you, if you're not talking, the longer you go without talking, the harder it gets. I'm finally feeling the consequences of my actions. They've got some intense feelings right now, Taurus Gemini. For those of you this is resonating with, your person is feeling some intense feelings, which would naturally come out of a relationship that's this tethered together or has been in the past. And they're trying to guard up a little and heal themselves from this intensity. So for you, definitely go back to what is your definition of health, love, and harmony, and decide if this scenario fits into that or if you need to take more of a break yourself. That's what I'm feeling. So anyway, that is Taurus-Gemini. And I'm going to pause here, call it a wrap for this video. Thanks for being here. See you soon.